There are some individuals who have this incredible discipline and incomparable mental strength that allows them to push themselves past the largest of obstacles and accomplish extraordinary things. These individuals have developed this ability over time through the experiences they have faced, and by allowing themselves to learn from these experiences, they are able to approach their full potential. There are two individuals in specific who are known for their ability to control their mind and push themselves past their limits. These individuals are David Goggins, a former Navy SEAL turned endurance athlete.
David Goggins, he's just won the 2008 150-mile run.
And Eliud Kipchoge, the world record holder for the fastest marathon ever ran.
And at last the world record is his. How fitting is this? The Olympic champion is the world record holder.
Through the course of this documentary, I plan to explore their lifestyle, what makes them so mentally tough, and how it can be applied to the average person.
Run 205 miles at one time, nonstop. Do you know what goes through your mind when your goal is to run over 200 miles and you're at mile 100? You're at mile 100, you've run for over 24 hours, and your body is broken. You're destroyed. You have nothing left, but you have 100 plus more miles to go. How do you find more?
David Goggins is a 44-year-old ultramarathon runner and motivational speaker. He began his journey of success in 2001 when he became a Navy SEAL, the Special Forces branch of the Navy. He is the only member in the armed forces to have completed the U.S. Army Ranger School, completed the Air Force Tactical Training School, and to have gone through 3 Navy SEAL Hell Weeks, which is the most difficult week of training in the U.S. military. After his years of service, Goggins took up some of the most difficult athletic feats out there, including performing 4,030 pull-ups to break the world record for the most pull-ups done in 24 hours, and completing over 60 of the most difficult endurance races in the world, placing in the top 3 in the majority of them. The reason he puts himself through these trials is for the sole purpose of seeing what he is made of. He is the definition of someone who pushes their limits every day.
I like to see what I'm made of, see exactly if there is a limit to the human soul.
What is amazing about David Goggins is his transformation from where he started to where he is now.
I was 300 pounds and my goal was to be a Navy SEAL. Impossible goal, but what if I could?
He grew up in a predominantly white town where he faced extreme discrimination, and on top of that, had an abusive father who beat him and his mother, both of which were huge factors that hindered his ability to be successful in school.
I came from a horrible background. The Klan headquarters at that time was about 20 minutes from where I lived. So I was just an insecure, scared kid. And the only way I could find myself was through putting myself through the worst thing possible. The feeling I had every morning, I looked in the mirror, was horrible. And I didn't want to feel like that anymore. And how I felt was a kid going nowhere, a kid that was scared. And most kids will accept that and look for help. But the best thing that happened to me, no one helped me. No one felt sorry for me. I had to figure out I wasn't going to be a punk kid all my life. So the only way I could turn it around was to suffer.
His future looked bleak. However, certain circumstances and his mindset allowed him to transform himself from this person into the so-called hardest man in the world.
What happened, I came home one night from work spraying for cockroaches. And long story short, I turned on the Discovery Channel. I saw some guys going through Navy SEAL training. And they were going through Hell Week and they were getting their ass just beat. You know, in and out of the water, guys ringing the bell. They were just suffering. And I was weighing like 297 pounds. And I had to make a change in my life. I wasn't going anywhere, and I was exactly what everybody said I was going to be, which was nothing.
No one would have blamed him for feeling sorry for himself or living an easy life because of what he went through as a child. But it came down to who he wanted to be. He wasn't proud of the life he was living, so he took his broken down mind and found ways to slowly strengthen it.
I was a victim. Everybody messed my life up. My dad, society, my mom, whatever it may be, I was dealt a bad hand. I was literally callousing over the victim's mentality through outworking all my faults. So I developed a work ethic that became known as, what it is now. That's how I got this world toughest man. Because I'm not the best person in the world. I'm not the smartest. I'm not anything. But I learned to outwork everybody around me. And that's how I got to where I'm at today.
And once he stopped feeling sorry for himself, he was able to leave his past behind him and develop a mental toughness that allowed him to complete some of the most difficult athletic challenges in the world.
So what drives me every day is finding more of myself. So how I suggest to someone of breaking the habit of constantly making excuses is do something every day that sucks.
And by doing something that sucks every day, he's preparing his mind to be able to take on any challenge that comes his way. He's not only living like this to reach peak physical strength, but peak mental strength. When the mind is strong, it is capable of controlling the body in unimaginable ways that will not only benefit you in athletic events, but in life in general. It gives you the confidence to face every obstacle life throws at you, knowing you have what it takes to get through it.
I'm not training for a race. I'm training for life. I'm training for the time when I get that 2 o'clock in the morning call that my mom is dead or something happens tragic in life. I don't fall apart. I'm training my mind and my body and my spirit so it's all one, so I can handle what life is going to throw at me. Because the life I've lived, it throws a whole bunch at you. And if you're not physically and mentally prepared for that, you're just going to crumble.
It's this refusal to be mediocre. This desire to push himself to his limit every day so that he can continue improving. That's what makes David Goggins, David Goggins.
I turn nothing into something. So that's what you gotta understand. You don't have to be some special creature and come from some special people and have a special school. You have to have a special brain.
If his story proves anything, it is that anyone has the capability to transform their life to reach their full potential.
To be successful in sport is not a chance. It's a choice. If you want to be successful, you need to choose. But to choose well, you must know who you are and what you stand for, where you want to go, and why you want to get there.
Eliud Kipchoge is a 34-year-old distance runner from Kenya who holds the world record for the fastest marathon ever ran, clocking in at a time of 2 hours, 1 minute, and 39 seconds. This means he held a 4 minute and 38 second pace per mile for 26.2 miles. This is an incredible, almost unimaginable feat, but what makes Eliud unique is the mindset with which he trains.
Marathon is life. It's not about the legs, but it's about the heart and mind. I feel that I have a potential inside my heart, that I can go beyond human limitation by running 100 hours.
His mindset is the reason that he is the best distance runner in the world. Everyone at his level has access to the same technology, the same nutrition, and very similar training plans, but no one can control their mind like Eliud can.
Eliud has the strongest mind. I've never seen anything like it. I had no idea, basically. I don't even know how to describe how he's shown me how important the mind is. I have all the physiology numbers, and I have all the numbers around wind resistance, air resistance, shoe quantification, all that kind of stuff. But I have a big blank open box for how do I quantify the mind, how do I quantify a person's ability to push beyond what we thought was possible based on physiology alone.
At first glance, the rigor of his training appears restrictive, but he finds freedom in this disciplined lifestyle. It is really the reckless, unorganized life that most people live that is restrictive, because it hinders these people from reaching their full potential. Similar to Goggins, it is not just about running for Kipchoge, but about pushing his limits and strengthening his mind. When he has control over his mind, he has the freedom to control how he lives.
You live simple, you train hard, and live a honest life. Then you are free.
Eliud must be a multi-millionaire. He's one of the most successful distance runners of all time. And yet you would not think that if you spend any time with him.
In life, the idea is to be happy. So I believe in calm, simple, and low-profile life.
And it's not like he's had an easy life either. He's had his own share of struggles that could have easily thrown him off track if he didn't have the willpower to succeed.
When I was young, so I was molded in a positive way. But I was not lucky to have two parents. When you have both parents, you have advantage. So I was supposed to work more harder than the other children in the village. The life was hard the way it was, but it's okay. I have never complained, and I will never complain.
He did what he had to do to become successful, and his hard work led him to become the fastest runner in the world.
Success comes with sacrifice. If you sacrifice more, you get more success. If you sacrifice little, you get little success.
In conclusion, it's not these people's achievements that define who they are, but the way they live their life every day. They challenge and push themselves to be the best person they can be, which is the definition of having an unbreakable mind. Just like you must consistently train your body in order to perform at peak performance, you must, in a similar way, constantly challenge yourself in order to develop a strong mind. This will allow you to be prepared for whatever adversities life throws at you.
I was just a scared kid that found drive and passion to be something much better than what he thought he was. That's all it is.
The lifestyle of these individuals appeal to everyday people. Goggins and Kipchoge live their lives with such control and such precision that they are able to make continuous improvements in their lives. And people want that. That ability to choose when to be productive and when to relax, not allowing yourself to be controlled by the paralyzing curse of procrastination and inefficiency.
If you don't rule your mind, it can rule you. So I tell my mind that I'm really able to do this thing, and I will do it.
This lifestyle, this success, it's not just limited for these two extraordinary individuals, but is available to everyone. It's just up to us to make the decision to change.
It's in our DNA to explore, to go places that we've never gone. It has to do with human potential and pushing the limits of what that can mean.
No human is limited. That's my message.